Good evening, race fans. Welcome back into another edition of Friday Night RODDCAR, the first of 2025. And as always, here with my co-commentator in the booth, Art. How we doing?
I'm excited to be back. Nice little break for us. Puffer finishing out their commitments, and we take over. I believe we get all of 2025 to ourselves. Might be a couple people here and there, depending on Rod stuff, but I know
Scheduling
some people trying
commitments
to
here and
come for
there and
our
whatnot,
jobs.
yeah. But happy to be back with you all on Friday nights. Season 34 about to kick off here in just a couple of weeks. Got a special edition of Friday Night RODDCAR here tonight, a two-parter RODDCAR 500 qualifying kicking off tonight. And then immediately following a couple of sessions, we have the RODDCAR Shootout with last year's pole sitters and past champions. So to set the RODDCAR 500 running order, we'll have a couple of sessions. The first being the shootout drivers tonight, and then they have a bunch of public ones next week, open to anybody. But this one's just kind of a ceremonial. The best of the best going at it, trying to sit down a quick time. So the order for the RODDCAR 500 is as follows. The front row will be locked in, obviously, on their qualifying times. Positions 3 through 37 will be set via the RODDCAR duels in next week. 38th through 40th positions will be filled from speed provisionals. So that means if you are the third place qualifier, but not locked in on points or your duels, then you can fall back on your speed. So that's positions 38 through 40. 41st and 42nd will be the highest drivers in season 33 points that are already not locked in via front row provisionals, dual provisionals. And then the 43rd spot will go to a past champion not locked in through any of the prior provisionals. A quick note from Rod. If a locked-in driver qualifies on the front row, that will create an extra speed provisional, and if a past champion provisional is not used, that creates an extra season 33 points provisional. That's how we'll set the running order, and the first session coming up in just a minute here. The groups are as follows here tonight. Got 8 drivers in each, 24 in total. The Clash winner Joe Armstrong joining us among the 23 other qualified drivers. And let's go ahead and get right into it for our first driver.
Parker White going to be the first one out.
Parker White, a tremendous run of success in RODDCAR.
Just casually the Coke Series champion
as well. Let's see real quick as he's on his get up to speed lap. Let's move this over. We'll have the tower up for qualifying purposes, but we also want their details up as well. Let's move over those notes. But yeah, the 2024 NASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series champion, the best oval driver on the entire service in 2024. We'll see the very first time here. Only one lap. Let's go on board with him for the very first lap. Fix the notes. And next up after him will be Bobby Zielinski. Quite simply, the key to success here qualifying, keep it as low to that double yellow line through 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Let the car naturally rise up on the exit of turns 2 and turn 4. Don't scrub off any speed if possible. Let the banking do all of the work. Keep the wheel as straight as possible. Dive it off into turn number 3. Let the banking roll the car naturally to the bottom. The double yellow line. Off of turn number 4. There's a couple different approaches. We'll see what Parker White elects to do. Lets it roll a little bit, and then under the double yellow line to finish his one and only lap. Good enough for a 48.875 as Bobby Zielinski now comes to the line to start his lap. And since we're coming off hot and heavy here, we'll just leave the notes up. One pole and 4 wins in total from Bobby Zawinski, nearly always at the front with his gang of Coke Series drivers. Rocking a new number this year, so we'll get that updated, but Coke Series free agency, some of these drivers move into different teams and getting some different numbers, so we'll update that all before the RODDCAR 500 in a couple of weeks. Looks like he's rocking the 083 this season. A nice chrome and red paint scheme VRS on the hood. Next up will be Ryan Doucette, 48.875, the time to beat. He is 22 hundredths of a second off. With that, we go right into Ryan Doucette to cross the line.
Like how we have people in chat taking notes, people coming up later, and or just going to be competing, later on in the week. I think the man to really stick around for, obviously you should stay to watch all of it. If you're here already, just stick around. But it's going to be Rod Flag, the last guy out there, probably one of the best super speedway qualifiers on the service.
I believe he had 8 poles in total through all of 2024, tied for the most with Tyler Gary, so we'll see what they're able to do. You can see pretty much they're all working underneath that double yellow line through the tri-oval. Legal in qualifying, it won't be in the race, but anything to better your time, and he'll go P2, 48.9 for Ryan Doucette. Next up, Seth the Merchant, 2 poles, 2 wins.
And the Fireman
Was a playoff driver last season. Looking to carry that momentum into season 34. New paint scheme for the 14 machine as well. And they'll look pretty much identical to these laps, but it's just the minute details. I mean, to the naked eye, you're not going to be able to tell a difference from the onboard from this lap to Parker White's lap.
And I mean, the time is so marginal and really unnoticeable, except for the fact that we can see it. If you saw it on track, they would look like they were going the exact same speed. Like
Except
side
the
by
Merchant.
side.
He won 48.871, 4 1,000ths of a second separating him and Parker White as Oscar Enriquez takes the green flag.
Here's the finest of margins here.
You can see it there. We round it up, 48.87 for both, so we got to go to the thousands. We got to go to the individual gaps, down by 3 decimal places. So here's Oscar Enriquez, 1 pole, 33rd in total points through all of 2024. Pretty consistent driver, always had a shot at a top 10, it seemed, when he showed up. So hopefully to see more of him this season. Next up will be Timothy J. Moore in the 56 machine. Across the line. So 5th quickest, 48.91. 4 hundredths of a second. Timothy J. Moore 2 poles, and he ends up 34th in total points for 2024. He's a pretty solid super speedway qualifier. 2 poles in what was limited action for him last season. He usually runs at the front of the field when he shows up.
Why does this paint scheme look like that?
Paint scheme a little broken for Timothy J. Moore, but that's okay. He is the 74 still.
It's supposed to be professional here.
Listen, we got the number right. I mean, you can see they're just planted on the bottom side of the racetrack. Lets it naturally rise up about a lane. Points it to the bottom through the tri-oval. He'll slot in P4. 1,000ths of a second behind Ryan Doucette. Next up, Joe M. Armstrong. He wasn't supposed to be in this session, but he won the last chance clash immediately before this to get in. So we'll see what he does with his effort. in the 22 machine.
Good looking 22 car.
Very good. Very sleek. Yahoo Toyota on the side. Gotta feel good. The first on-track action for RODDCAR in 2025 and bring home the W. Gotta feel good. Gets him into the shootout right after this as well. And, I mean, it looks like another solid lap. I mean, right there. You don't want to hit the apron. You don't want to go too low. That actually is a bad thing. You hit the apron, scrub off some speed.
Might have carried a little too much to the outside.
And he'll go P3.
Still P3. Wow.
I'm excited to see Jacob Wilkerson qualify. He doesn't show up a lot in RODDCAR. Part-time starts. You can see 104th in total points for 2024 of all drivers that took part in races. I've seen him in numerous super speedway races, and he is almost always within inside the top 5 in qualifying speed. He is very quick in single lap trim, so let's go on board with him and see what he can do. I think the one race he showed up for in season 33 was the pole that he got, and then he got disconnected via some internet troubles, so didn't get to defend it. He's very quick.
Very smooth.
Across the line. P4, 48.88. So you see the first 8 drivers separated by 41 hundredths of a second.
Scott Warren not get the message?
He's not in this group. He'll be at 25 minutes later.
I was like, why is he in here?
So that'll conclude session number 1. We'll go ahead and kick over to session number 2. Drew Jawal will get us started here in about 5 minutes, so we'll go ahead and switch sessions here for everybody, and we'll be back in just a minute. Stick around. We are back for session number 2. We got the notes moved over as well, so everything's going to work out just fine, I think. Maybe. The other thing I think... Let me see if I can make that a little wider so the notes don't get cut off. Grid template... Messing with dangerous territory now, trying to get into this. But let's see, we got 2 minutes to mess with it.
One day we'll have the funds to hire a producer.
Oh, there it is. Bang. There it is.
So proud of you.
All right. All right, so Group 2, Drew Joie, Nathan Barrows, Michael P. Frisch, AJ Green, Daniel Falkingham, Joe Swanson, Kevin Spencer, and Andrew Cootie. You can see the practice times there. Nathan Barrows, 48.907. Feel free to follow along as well. This is where all the times will be. I'll go ahead and get that in chat because I can't bring it up on stream without overcomplicating my job more than it already is. But that right there is the spreadsheet where all the times will be tracked. You can see there the sessions, the time, the driver. That will be all the information you will need to keep along with the running order.
Have it pinned up there for 30 minutes.
There you go. There we go. I like where we're at. We're conveying all the information possible. The only other thing I could think to add would be qualifying mode work. It might.
We have a qualifying mode?
Yeah, we'll see. Where's Mr. Drew Jawant at? Get a look at his car. 38 Big Green Egg Machine has not set a lap time. Let's see there, 1 pole and 1 win in 2024. Ended up 41st in total points. Very quick driver, seen him a lot. Used to see him a lot on Monday nights as well, so we know he's very capable. As the warm-up session is over, we are ready for qualifying in session number 2 to be underway. And here we go. 38 machine underway. Warm-up lap, very important since you only get 1 lap. So let's actually follow the warm-up lap. We're actually able to do this now. We're not afford to have any sort of incident like Michael Waltrip did all those years ago, leaving pit road and trying to get off the apron. 3rd all the way to 4th gear, 9,000 RPMs.
Here's Michael Waltrip pitching straight.
9,400 in the RPM before he hit 4th gear. All the way up towards the top side of the racetrack to build speed. Set off for his first lap. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, the win he got was one of the dual races last season, so almost a year ago. He did get that win.
Oh, he is right on that yellow line.
It almost looks like he bounced off the apron maybe a tiny bit there, but it looks pretty good through 1 and 2. Where does that qualifying go?
Joe Swanson said he got a dual win thanks to him.
Qualifying mode not needed at this point, so that's alright. It's fine. First lap, and only lap for Drew Joie. 48.90. Nathan Barrows in the 98 machine next up.
Puts him, I believe, 8th. Yeah.
Overall,
8th overall.
first in his session. Listen, if I could just win a session, I'd be happy. Like, oh, I qualified 30th overall, but I was the quickest of my 8 drivers. I'd be happy with that. One singular pole for Nathan Barrows. Came on the scene
Honestly,
in season 33, was a solid driver, very consistent, didn't make a whole lot of mistakes.
having any type of pole award in RODDCAR is quite an achievement with the number of, talented drivers in the series.
Coke Series drivers that we have. Went early under the apron through the tri-oval.
It looks super clean. Puts him one spot above Drew.
It's nearly a statistical tie. 3 decimal places was not enough. But he did get it. Somehow, some way. It only shows to 3 decimal places. Michael P. Frisch, the World Series of RODDCAR champion. Had a little mini season. Got himself done.
I can't believe how close it is in the times. Zelensky ran a 48.898, Barrows 48.899, and Drew with the 48.900.
They're literally going 1/1000th at a time. Solid paint scheme, by the way, for Michael P. Frisch. Reminds me of the good old days with Junebug at Daytona. 58 machine, not a surprise. Breaks into the 48.8s.
That's a tie with Doucette.
Mr. AJ Green next up. Nebraska 487 Chevy machine. 2 poles in 2024, along with a top 20 finish in overall points. He is a RODDCAR regular.
Did Nebraska do anything this year?
Nebraska didn't do a whole lot this year. They got a Patty Mahomes wannabe as quarterback. So we got that going. The 3 drivers separated by less than 100th of a second. Let's see what AJ Green can do. It's tight. Got to be perfect. He'll go P2. 4/1000ths of a second. Daniel Falkingham up next. New number for him as well. We'll be sure to get that updated before the 500. Now in the 39 machine. A little closer look at this paint scheme.
That is a unique paint scheme.
What do we got here on the hood? Let's see if we can get a better angle on it. Not really. Looks like some sort of seafood shrimp machine.
This first-rate bait, Oscar 207.
Interesting. But a new look for Mr. Falkingham. Your season 31 champion, 3 poles last year.
Pinstripe Bowl champs.
Good for Nebraska. His OG car, is it really? Let's see where he puts this 39 machine. Go Swanson up next. He'll go P5. 48.92.
Not on RODDCAR, but when that car was around in officials.
Joe Swanson up next. Broke through in the win column last year. And as he would put it, sold his soul for that. Didn't have a whole lot of luck after that win, but he did get a win in RODDCAR.
Not everyone can say that.
Got a pole
I
as
can't say
well,
that.
so he is up there. But luck not really on his side. Got the 711-71 machine. Looking to start off 2025 strong. And he'll go P5. Kevin Spencer. I want that win for Kevin Spencer more than almost any other in the league. He has been around for a hot minute in the NC State car. I'm trying to figure out where his stats or his starts went. I don't think we have that. All of a sudden, it's disappeared, but that's unfortunate. But he's pushing like 200 something, I think. So he is. I mean, he has been around. Beautiful looking paint scheme.
Yellow one. Oh yeah,
Right.
the NC State car has always been
Heartbreaking loss to Georgia Tech, by the way.
Man, really had to get it in there, huh?
Had to do it. 96 machine goes P5, and Andrew Cootie will finish off our second session here in the 24 machine. Was a RODDCAR regular for a number of seasons, took a little bit of a break. Came back, got a win last year in 2 poles.
He's also a very good qualifier.
A very aggressive driver by nature. He'll be the first to tell you that, so us saying it doesn't really... Not breaking news there.
He's had plenty of enemies throughout his racing days. Me being one of them.
As you would say, he got me my first and only win in RODDCAR.
He did. He crashed everyone in that field for you.
He's very quick. We'll see what he can do here. To finish session number 2. 16 drivers on the board once he crosses the line. And he'll go P1 by 4 1,000ths of a second. 48.887. Andrew Cootie. Top session 2.
I think that slots him 5th overall. This session might have just been a little bit slower.
So the first session, 8 drivers separated by 41 hundredths of a second. This time, 8 drivers separated by 34 hundredths of a second. So you can see the margins there, small as ever. So let's go ahead and kick it over to group number 3, our third and final group. And Tyler Gary will get us underway here in just a couple of minutes. Be right back. Stick with us. All right, welcome back for our third and final session. Got just about a minute and a half of practice remaining, about 2 minutes exactly. Tyler Gary, Harry Tiller, Mo Perry, Frank Busciala III making a return. Corey Henry, Scott Warren, Michael Cozy Jr., and Rod Flagg. Our final 8 drivers. I'm interested by the return of the 94 machine. You see it there, the Season 5 champion. We're starting Season 34. So his one and only championship way back when, but it gets him a past champions provisional should he need it. He hasn't been with us in a long while, so glad to see him back. See what kind of time he can lay down. 16 drivers have set a time. Still the time to beat Seth DeMerchant. 48.871. The first 4 positions taken by the session number 1 drivers. We'll see what group number 3 has for everybody. For Corey Henry's sake, let's hope it's not bad in his one and only lap. Got a little bit of international flair here. Harry Tiller from the UK, Scott Warren from Canada. Tyler Gary gonna lead us off first. And that is the end of practice. Just waiting for it to kick over.
I'm gonna be really curious to see how, like, potentially the different sessions affect times, because in theory, this should be one of the best, groups.
In terms of
Like the
ability,
hardest to
yeah,
top.
Tyler
Yeah.
Gary. Let's go ahead and let's see. We got the stats line around here somewhere. Yeah, Tyler Gary, 8 poles. Rod Flagg, 8 poles. The next closest was Daniel Falkingham with 3. Harry Tiller has 3. This is a very strong group. And Tyler Gary will get us underway.
I believe even Mo had 2 poles.
So let's see. 48.871 the time to beat Seth DeMerchant. Parker White, your front row, 48.875 for Parker. Joe Armstrong, who, by the way, again, won that Clash LCQ race to get in, sits 3rd, so must win. He's got himself a nice time on the board. Plenty of chances for the public to beat it once it opens up tomorrow, but good to get a time on the board now. On board with Gary for his warm-up lap. Line. He goes. Previous RODDCAR champion as well. All the accolades, Coke Series driver. And RODDCAR 500 to his resume, not the worst thing in the world. You know, he's capable.
I mean, to be fair, what, over half the field is capable of winning a race in RODDCAR? And still somehow the same group managed to do it?
Through 3 and 4, looking nice and tidy like everybody else. Just a matter of the fine margins, a little bit of luck in there, just a tiny bit. And Tyler Gary, 8 poles in 2024. Can he start off with 1 in 2025? 48.888.
Not even top 5.
That puts him 6th overall. Harry Tiller. Across the pond. He's had over 100 career starts. Still looking for that first ever RODDCAR win, though.
If they let an Englishman win in RODDCAR,
Shut the whole thing down.
that'll be the day.
This 69 machine. 48.887.
Gonna be tied with Cody for 5th.
Here's Mo Perry. Near and dear to our hearts.
A man who has driven under the YG banner before.
When we raced, we were in voice with him. One of our own. Very capable driver.
He was on the YJ 24-hour team, wasn't he?
Well, he was in the chat. He didn't race with us now.
Oh. Boo. I didn't participate on the team, so I just forgot who was on it. Could have recruited him away.
But yeah, he is very capable. Always at the front, or tries to be anyways. Luck not on his side sometimes, but he's one of our own, dang it. And he'll cross the line. Ooh, came up a bit there. 48.92. Puts him third. And here's our past champion, Frank. Busciala the third. Haven't seen him in a long while. Let's see what the 94's got in him, though. In a completely blank, unsponsored car. Somewhat fitting. Trying to use that past champions provisional. Gives off Rick Ware vibes with the Ford. Looks decent enough, though, through 1 and 2. Maybe the lack of paint on it makes it go faster.
Less decals.
Less decals.
Slight weight advantage. Be like when Junior used to stack stickers in front of the cams.
He's doing the right thing. See if it helps, though. They've all taken the same approach. He also kind of came up just a tiny bit. Goes P3, though. Probably could have broken into the 48.8s had he not had that slight little... He just drifted a tiny bit. Next up, Corey Henry. There's a little bit of overlap between Busciala's and Corey Henry because he's about done. We picked him up halfway in progress, but Corey Henry was the RODDCAR Truck Tour champion. So we know he's very capable. Season 13 RODDCAR champion overall as well, goes P5, and now he picked up Scott Warren. So there's a little bit of a stack up there. P5 for the number 5. Here is the 76 machine. Probably the only one that really, really looks forward to going to Legacy Daytona. He does very well there.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a single person who really enjoys Legacy
Well,
Daytona.
he does very well there results-wise, so.
Doesn't mean he enjoys it. That track is awful.
It's tough.
I don't want my racetracks to be bumpy unless I'm off-road.
Scott Warren in the 76 machine crosses the line. Not Legacy Daytona, but goes P1, 48.887. We've seen that time a couple of times tonight. Move over Dale Earnhardt, move over Richard Petty, move over Jimmy Johnson. It's Michael Cozy Jr., 8-time RODDCAR champion. 5 wins in 2024. One singular pole. Doesn't need it, though. I mean, just all the accolades throw to Michael Cozy Jr. 8-time champion. Looking to kick off 2025 and get towards that double digits.
If he's able to actually achieve double-digit championships with the amount of talent currently in RODDCAR, that would actually be insane.
99 machine. We'll see where he ends up.
8 is already insane, but...
And here's the man that makes it all happen, Rod Flag. 8 poles in 2024, no wins. We're still waiting for him to break through finally into the win column. What a day that'll be.
Oh, we will lose our minds.
Statistical tie, by the way, between Warren and Tiller. 48.887. Go down to the 10,000ths of a second bracket, decimal point, whatever you want to call it. But Rod Flag, the man that makes it all happen. Our boss, league owner, signs our checks. Washington State appreciator.
Lover of the pack.
We'll see. He's a very good in all honesty, though, I know he's the boss, but great qualifier. So we'll see what kind of time he can put down here. I expect it to be quick. Just how quick, though? Only P4. He's being too humble. So interesting, though. All 3 sessions got closer. It was 40/100ths of a second, 1 through 8 in Group 1, 34/100ths of a second in Group 2, and then 28/100ths of a second in Group 3.
I'm really wondering what was going on in Session 1.
Session 1 got the burners out.
Rod fell off. Okay, Gary.
Oh, man. So Seth the Merchant and Parker White after the first day of RODDCAR 500 qualifying will be your front row. 48.871. 48.875. So 24 drivers have set a time. And I think you pin the spreadsheet up there, so Rod's entering in the final 8 times, and that'll be your 24-man lineup provisionally. Very early days, though. Be a lot of ebbs and flows, and people will try and beat it and prove their time. But yeah, the best time was Andrew Cootie from Session 2, 48.88. Nobody else got into the 8.7s except for Session 1. And 3 of them did it. So very impressive from that first group. Whether that's a weather thing, track thing, I'm not 100% certain. They're set up about as identical as possible.
Something concerning going on in Session 1.
They got the rocket fuel in the intake somewhere.
Gotta start testing these cars.
Bring them back to R&D. Come on now. But always love a good qualifying session. When we did the Indy 500 qualifying session a couple months ago, that was just truly exhilarating. Bump day qualifying, that was some good stuff. And this will matter just as much. So there is some speed provisionals for a couple guys out there that they're going to have to fall back on. So that is that. So coming up in about 15 minutes, the RODDCAR Shootout with the same drivers. 50 laps. $100 to the winner. And 3 playoff points.
$100 to the winner?
$100 to the winner.
I need a Rod to put me in the race.
Late entrant. Yeah, but Season 34, 16 races. And will feature a modified 3-race playoff round to determine the championship, as well as the drivers earning 3 playoff points for every win during the regular season. Playoffs, wildcard doubleheader at, what are we looking at here? Looks like Daytona and Talladega in the next gen and Gen 6 respectively. We go to Daytona in the Gen 6 for playoff race 1. And then the playoff race 2 will be at Talladega in the next gen. And the finale in Florida 400 returns in the Gen 6 for playoff race 3 to determine a champion. So a lot on the line very early on as well. 3 playoff points to the shootout winner. So, and good chance that the winner of this shootout more than likely makes the playoffs. I'll just go ahead and put that out there. So let's go ahead and switch over, and we can take away the group qualifying images. So we'll go ahead and switch over to the shootout server. Be right back. Stick with us. All right, we're back in here for the shootout. Let me go ahead and kick over the shootout file. Shouldn't be much of a difference, but did it load? I think. Oh, did it work? Thank goodness. RODDCAR shootout. So we'll go ahead and introduce this. Like I said, former pole sitters and past champions make up this special event. And then the 4 transfers from the Last Chance Clash. That's your field tonight. You can see their qualifying was sent by the 2024 polls and the past champions and the Last Chance. So that was that. No qualifying for this. We just got done with a bunch of it. 50-lap race. with a fuel capacity of 50 to 55%. Gives us a fuel run of 20 to 25 laps. 3 green-white checkers, and the third being the point of no return. 1 fast repair for these drivers. So they get 1 chance, get 1 do-over if they wreck. Winner gets $100 and 3 playoff points, and that's even before the first official regular season race. So that's a big bonus to have in your back pocket. We'll be advancing to the race in 12 minutes. So, Art, feel free to bring up something to talk about for 12 minutes. So we'll just watch the guys get their practice in.
Minnesota is beating Virginia Tech in a bowl game.
Minnesota lost to North Carolina, though. That was a weak start for them, so I guess they turned it around.
Yeah, but it was North Carolina.
Yeah, fair. Looks like some guys getting some Daytona 24 practice in unofficially.
Keep seeing everyone going into.
Yeah, they're going into the road course. They're having a good time. Daytona 24 in a couple of weeks as well. Good time to be on iRacing. What's a good sim setup to buy? I need a new one. Define setup, like wheel and pedals, or are you talking about like a whole rig?
Are you talking about actual setups? I know he's not talking about actual setups. It's a joke.
So we got Jacob Roth in the 12 now. Who else changed numbers? Mo Perry finally gets the actual 54. Falkingham's in the 39. Andrew Cootie went from the 9 to the 24. We got a couple of number changes. We'll get with it.
Do you really need a wheel and pedals?
Use a
controller.
Use a mouse and keyboard.
Yeah.
Unironically, Moza is a solid way to go. If you got a little bit of extra cash, Moza R9.
Corbin trying to say that a wheel worked for him. Nothing worked for him.
He had chronic knee pain. Could hardly finish a race. Yeah, so we'll be advancing in 10 minutes here, so please just bear with us through the dead air. We don't want to stop it and start it up again. Yeah, it just didn't seem like worth it for 10 minutes, so come back in 10 minutes if you want.
Skull, whenever we get an official sponsor to sell wheels and pedals for someone, we will give you a recommendation.
Sponsor us. Corbett, you didn't get a concussion. You're just old. Like, you didn't get chronic like brain injury. You're old. You're not Kurt Busch.
He's got the same anger issues.
Radio's sweetheart.
I mean, we would love for Moza to sponsor us.
That reminds me, I gotta actually set up the sponsor that we technically have.
I mean,
the affiliate sponsorship.
We do.
Anyone in the market for a gaming computer? I'm trying to drop a couple $100 and use our link because we got you on that.
I think their cheapest computer is like over $1,000.
Listen, I'll set that up one day. We'll have it nice and set up officially. Like, hey, look, here's our link. Ain't nobody gonna touch that link though. But it'll be nice to have once it's all official. Then we're official.
Funny is, I bought a pre-built and it wasn't from them.
Skull, listen, give me like a week to set up this link. I got you.
It should be set up, isn't it?
We're enrolled. The assets just aren't set up. No. Let me find the link for you. But I'm broke. Well, you see, you kind of gotta have money for this. Where's Joe Swanson? He said big trouble in the infield. What's going on? Oh, hello. What do they got going on over here?
What are we doing?
How's this? I mean, they must have found like a little glitch spot or something. Oh, yeah, what? Timothy J. Moore, Joe Swanson, Oscar Enriquez, Santa Merchant, and Andrew Cootie just hanging out. Anyone actually trying to practice? Hey, there's Mo Perry ramping over everybody. Who's actually... Jacob Roth is practicing. Let's bring him into the booth. Jacob Roth, you're here live in the YJ Media booth. How we doing?
They're good. How are you guys?
Pretty good. How was your holidays? How was Christmas, New Year's? How was everything?
It was fine, busy with work and all, but pretty typical.
So you weren't even supposed to be in this race, but you got P4 in the Clash. How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. Learned some things and feeling pretty confident now.
What's the expectation in a 50-lap shootout? Like, what's your approach to this race tonight?
Just gonna try to probably get up to the front. It's just short enough to where it's probably no point hanging out in the back. But just try to get up front and stay up there.
And at some point, your people talk with Rod's people or our people. Get us that number 12 number file. Well, you still got the 27 in our system, so we'll update it at some point for you.
10-4.
Alrighty. Well, good luck tonight, sir, and talk to you later.
Thanks. Have a good broadcast.
You too. I did. Oh, he's not. It's been a while since I've done that. Did you pick up on what just happened?
No.
He said, "Have a good broadcast," and I said, "Thanks, you too."
Oh.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've done that. Man, you could tell we were off for like 2 months.
Hopefully he is broadcasting
I wonder
his
if,
POV.
yeah.
Then it would make sense.
If he's watching the stream, he knows that I did it, but I wonder if he picked up on it, because people usually notice that. They're like, "Oh, wait, it's awkward."
Oh, you're a loser.
I haven't done it at the movie theaters, though. Like, that's the worst one, I think. Where, like, enjoy the movie, and it's the ticket taker thing. I haven't done that in a while.
I've never personally done it.
And then when I was, like, in kindergarten, I, like, the other thing I could think of, like, equal to that is, like, when I accidentally called the teacher my mom.
I've done that one.
Yeah, he didn't even realize it. So he was watching the stream, and I outed myself. No, but I did that a lot, like kindergarten, first grade. I was like, Mrs. whatever, like did that a lot. It was all right.
Hey man, my home life was bad. I was looking for mommy somewhere else. I got quiet. But no, like,
yeah.
Not seriously, but I would do that as a child.
No, I did it a lot. Oh man, good times. Where are they going?
They're just all like,
what are they doing? They're gonna end up in a parking lot. They're gonna end up like this at the end of the race, anyways. This is just a precursor. Guys doing some. Good job, Corbin. You did the absolute bare minimum.
He's not even like he can't even say anything.
Well, he can type it out. So.
No one's looking at chat.
Yeah. We'll see.
It's not
All
how
right.
real
We got 4 minutes.
Away.
We're gonna do
Don't get chat anymore.
Subscriber
like
only. Give us $5, then you can tell. We just lost 10 viewers. I wonder why. It's because you opened your mouth too much. Said too much.
We were down to 21, but like whenever we were on the in between.
Whatever. Well, the race is about to start, so. Let's see, how many we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2. I lost track because somebody joined. Oh, brother. I'll just do this. Results. Well, they don't have it set up yet. That's nice. Yeah, there's like 23 to 25 people. Moza R5 is pretty solid. It's just a little less powerful than the R9, so. But better than the R3. So, it's pretty good.
The T300 was good. Still is good.
G920 was a good starter. If you can just get into the direct drive ecosystem, it's probably pretty good. R5 is like it's not even the entry level. It's like it's a little bit above their R3. So there you go.
Go buy a real race car.
Go buy a race car.
I mean, for the price of Moza, you could buy a little mini stock.
Could you?
I mean, pretty close.
Let me fix this too. I forgot to fix on the other file. Let me fix these notes just a tad bit. What do we got here? 850 pixels. Okay, could do it. Maybe. No idea. It still didn't fix it. Of course not. 900. We'll just do 900. And we'll call it awkwardly shaped. There it is. Alright. Advancing in a minute. Let's go. 27 total? Man, where did they get 27 from? I guess some people just joined late. We'll see. Well, we'll see when it loads in a second. Once he advances, it'll kick it over. Hope everyone had a good Christmas, good New Year. We're back for all of 2025. Excited to be back for Friday Night RODDCAR.
Came back and took our jobs back.
The duels will be next Friday, 9 Eastern. We're looking forward to that. To set the field for the RODDCAR 500. The qualifying public sessions will be from January 4th to 9th. And then the duel on Friday, the 10th, to finalize it. So 10 o'clock, just waiting for Bossman to advance the session. And Rod Flag has advanced to next session, so let's go ahead and do this. 26. Interesting. Corbin, you were also wrong. I don't know. No idea how we managed to screw that up. But it looks like 26 total. Well, why is it showing 26 then? Riddle me this. All right, so we're looking good here. We'll do this. We'll do that. Yeah, we're ready to go. I can do this real quick. Get rid of that random. Adam Garza is here in the 8 machine. You see the back 4, your last chance winner, runner-up, 3rd place, and 4th place. So those are the 4 that got in. And here we go. We're off and running here for the pace lap, 1 pace lap, and then 50 laps to decide it.
I wonder Gary asking if that poll goes on the stat sheet.
Got 8 last year. Let me just do one last thing to make sure all the numbers are working. We'll empty this out. Do tower 1 through 10, 11 through 20, 21 through 26. So all the numbers are working for all drivers. No one was missing for qualifying, so. Actually, no, it should be 26 because it was 20. No, actually, I lied. Me when I lie. Oh, Frank okay. Yep, Frank Bouchial III did not. Okay, that'll do it. Yeah. So he showed it for qualifying, but not the race. All right, here we go. Looks like Josh Cruz jumped to pit road. Ryan Doucette starting from pit lane. Drew Joie, don't know where he's at. So we're actually missing a couple of guys. We'll see who actually, takes the green flag here. It's Tyler Gary Rod, flag on the front row. Rod, look at Rod Flag. He's got a. I didn't see that paint scheme. Maybe I messed
This
his
is
number
the
up.
next. No,
Yeah.
this is the next gen car.
Yeah. So he's got a special RODDCAR shootout paint scheme. Here we go. A little foggy, it looks like, honestly, here in Daytona. Pace car is off. Tyler Gary going to lead us to the Geico restart zone. In 2025, Friday Night RODDCAR underway.
It is really foggy.
Yeah, how did that honestly happen?
This weather.
It's going to rain and we didn't tell anybody. It looks like we took off with 23 in the lead pack. Josh Cruz and Ryan Doucette started from pit lane, so we have 25. No idea what happened to Drew Joie. 25 going at it.
Skull being optimistic, giving him 10 laps before a crash.
I honestly think this will be a pretty clean race because we got some of the best in the business. Limited field size. I think they're going to want to kind of run this out a little bit. Tyler Gary leads the first lap of the season unofficially, if you don't consider this part of the regular season. First lap of the season, nevertheless. Tyler Gary from pole leads lap number 1, and we get a 3-car breakaway on flag about half a second back.
Them Coke Series boys.
No surprise that it's these three. This should be a pretty straightforward race. There'll be a pit stop right around halfway if we don't get a caution. And then they'll go to the second half of the race, try and get themselves in position. $100 on the line. I mean, it's just straight cold hard cash and some playoff points on the line.
There's some push in the push going on back here between the 98 and Michael P. Frisch.
Of note, this could be a little interesting. There will be. Double check. There are no penalties in this event. If you wreck somebody, you get a mulligan. So that entices them to be a little bit more aggressive than usual. We'll see. But so far, it's been nice and simple. A little bit of 3 wide. Mid pack.
The yellow.
Yeah, well, I spoke too soon. We got our first caution of the evening. Jacob Wilkerson. Let's take a look at what happened. 3 machine hard to the outside wall. Just a massive checkup. It looks like he just... A little bit of 3 wide in front of him. Andrew Cootie, AJ Green checks up the field a little bit behind them. Gets hit a little bit from Corey Henry down into the path of Adam Garza, who then turns him around. Not able to save that race car. And back up into the fence in front of Corey Henry. Good news for Ryan Doucette and Josh Cruz, because they had started from pit lane and they had lost the lead draft. They went back together again. Yeah, this weather is, this is tough. Cloudy, foggy day in Daytona Beach, Florida.
I can't believe Drew never showed up. That one's weird.
I don't know. Biggest mover in that opening 4 laps would be Joe Swanson. He went from P13 to P6. Biggest loser went to Mo Perry from 7th to 21st.
To be fair, that was a calculated move on Mo's part.
Hey,
He
there's
dropped out.
Mr. Drew Joie. All 26 are here. He is now 4 laps down, though, and will need a miracle to get back into this race. AJ Green going to stay out lead a lap. There are no bonus points for that, so just gets a little bit of airtime.
Who's been here the entire time?
What do you mean?
It's not like he connected recently. He's been here since practice.
I wonder if he didn't know they were advancing and just took the practice countdown as like the actual.
If he, man was away from his computer.
He's like, oh, I got 30 minutes. I'm gonna go, Comes back. Uh-oh. Well.
Lesson learned.
I guess.
You gotta be ready for everything in RODDCAR.
Gotta keep your head on a swivel. Be there at the bottom of your screen, the length of the time the drivers are on pit road. The number on the left, pit lane time. The number on the right in brackets, pit stop time. So.
RODDCAR is fixed setups.
If this was open setups, that would just be... Ooh. Everybody on equal footing. Simply based on your own ability. We got Bobby Zielinski taking the road course layout there. Getting ready for the Daytona 24. In a couple of weeks. It is a good lead.
Called it a good lead.
It is a good lead.
All right, when are we going to see him show up?
Come on now. Let's get some more.
He won't be able to make it, but...
And he's up right now, so he could make it.
No, I was saying, he's not qualifying yet.
No, he's not.
He'd have to run through
in terms of skill.
Yeah, no. Still,
no shot.
Actually, he's still a rookie too. I'm pretty sure. There are you got to be what, a B class license?
B 2.0 and I think 2000 I rating. D class, yeah. Well, better than a rookie.
Time to get to work. You got to make your RODDCAR debut this year.
New Year's resolution. Make a RODDCAR race. We got all 26 out on track. Drew a couple laps down, though. So he'll need a lot of cautions to get his laps back. So AJ Green, the only one to not pit there, so he'll be your race leader. I still can't believe the weather. It bothers me.
Hey, at least it looks good on stream. It looks a little clearer on stream than it does for me, anyways.
No, that's good.
It just looks hazy. Makes me feel like my eyes are not, adjusted or whatever. Or Me and Rod gonna have issues.
Let's crank it up for the first time in 2025 here on this restart. Get some pure sound in here before they wreck again. No one requested it. I just wanted to do it.
Giving it out for free.
Giving out the goods. Lights are off on the pace car. We're going back to racing lap number 8. Crank it up. Get back to the Geico restart zone. Pace car is off. AJ Green into the restart zone, and we are back underway. Wreck in the back. Couple cars involved. Kevin Spencer. Looks like Parker White as well. Congratulations, Skull. You figured out the point of the crank it up. It is supposed to be loud.
Like the entire point of it. Where was Joe Armstrong going?
All right, let's take a look at your second caution of the night. Ooh. What caused it, though? Looks like your Clash winner, Joe Armstrong, up into the wall, loses a ton of momentum right in front of Parker White, and then gets hit from Andrew Cootie. And the accordion effect into Kevin Spencer, Ryan Doucette. Josh Cruz sneaks through. Oscar Enriquez has to come to a dead stop. Let's go on board with him. Maybe the slightest bit of contact. Good news for Drew Joie, able to get a lap back here. What he needed.
He's in race chat saying, just 2 more. Come on.
Like, Set the Merchant gonna stay out. Lead a lap. It looks like Parker White also will be in a different number, potentially. Not sure, 53. Don't know if he officially requested a number change, but different than what we have him as. Let's see. Actually, let's just read them off. Thomas Bennett wants the 33. Harley Payne into the 62. Wesley Kuznoff into the 60. Alex Lenny to the 42. Interesting. Nah, I don't think he actually changed. Maybe just running his Coke Series paint scheme. Harry Tiller wins the race off pit road. Set the Merchant, your leader. Way back at the start, we missed it. M2 gave us a gift sub. To Neebles.
We love him too.
Thank you, M2.
I do want to point out the king of awful ideas. Corbin said for 100,000 channel points, he will replace Max in the booth for a bit.
I'm literally the lead commentator.
Yeah. That's why it's an awful idea. But you get to replace me for a bit.
I don't want him in.
It'd be zero change.
What value does that bring me?
I don't think there's any value for you.
Like, who do you pick? Indiana to cover, to not cover against, what, Illinois State or something? That's just bad.
Reminder, this man originally said Notre Dame was not making the playoffs.
Yeah. Can't have that kind of non-ball knowledge in here. Alright, so Set the Merchant will come down a lap later, top it off with fuel, and give the lead to Tyler Gary. We're ready to go here. Be, 37 laps to go.
I believe so. Corbin, at any point saying
38
Notre Dame
laps.
was making the playoffs was bad.
So 2 cautions in the first 10 laps. Let's kind of kick that trend off a little bit.
And they come from places I didn't expect. I really thought it would have been the Coke Series drivers pushing a little too hard. Because they did quite a bit when we were doing it last year. They would just be pushing each other and wreck each other. Be specifically teammates and just destroy each other.
It was Seth the Merchant and who was it? Was it? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
We
it's
had
like
a
they're
2-month break. Yeah, but they would just hook each other. They just completely just wreck each other. It'd be 2 cars and they'd wreck each other. Let's knock down these cautions a bit. Let's get back to racing.
What's annoying? I can see his face. See him racing in the Coke Series. Like I know who it is.
Yeah.
Don't remember his name.
It was Tucker Minner.
Tucker Minner. Yeah. But you freaking each other for no reason.
It's all good. Here we go. Back for the restart. Tyler Gary, your pole sitter, back in the lead. Daniel Falkingham also on the front row. All 26 cars still in the race. 25 on the lead lap. Pace car is off. And Tyler Gary will lead us back to the restart zone. And we're back underway.
Heck of a start there.
Good restart for him and Joe Swanson. Falkingham will jump into that outside line right in front of Timothy J. Moore. Low line evaporating.
I think there might have been some miscommunication to start there. You'd think Gary and Tiller would want to work together, but...
Well, long race.
Oh, we're going to have
Chris, little
issues.
squirrely there in the middle. So Armstrong, big move to the bottom. Scott Warren, big move to the middle. Rich with a nice push there mid-corner. We're 3 wide, about mid-pack on back. Led by Scott Warren off the bumper of Andrew Cootie. Zigging and zagging in the back of the pack.
There's contact between Corey Henry and Wilkerson. We are real aggressive for a 50-lap race that we're not even 15 into.
Timothy J. Moore, Falkingham going to come down, pick up Joe Armstrong. We're back to 2x2 out front for the race lead. Advantage high side with the momentum. For that 39 of Falkingham. Go on board Parker White a little bit further back. You can see the middle with the momentum. Here comes the Merchant. Up on faltering just a tiny bit. Joe Swanson backing up. That's Corey Henry behind him. No, it's Oscar Enriquez in the 56. Big check up there in the middle. The momentum's gone from the middle lane.
Oh, I don't know how they kept that straight.
There's a great camera shot. All 25 cars nearly in the same camera shot. A little bit of a bottleneck in the middle. They're trying to get Scott Warren clear of it. And,
oh, Scott Warren is clear.
That's one way to get him clear.
Oh, man.
Oh, dear. No caution. They're so far off the racetrack. Let's take a quick look here. Back this up. And you can see there just a quick chain reaction to Merchant into Cootie into the left rear of Scott Warren and poor AJ Green just along for the ride. We jump back here live. And it is a mess for the race lead. Oh, Drew trying to block, nearly put the 56 into the wall. Ryan Doucette was in the wall. He's in the wall again.
Oh, they're pushing the pusher in that middle line there.
14 on the back of the 83. 83's on the back of the 38. A little bit of a 2-car breakaway. 3 wide for third on back. You would think this is the last lap racing for $100, but we're not even halfway yet. Look at this fog. It's tough to see almost from certain camera angles. Zielinski through the middle with DeMerchant helping. Got a decent run going. High line trying to fight back with Doucette. Low line, nothing going on for him at the moment, but just like that, Zielinski drops down, brings 2 others with him, and now the middle line dropping back. Almost nothing there for them.
I feel like there's some major ebbs and flows to these lines. Like, there are some massive runs that just stall out. Oh, 5 machine contact.
22 Armstrong below the apron, able to get back up in front of Cozy. Yeah, there's some big runs, and we can tell everyone just kind of moving around. They're just taking the run. They trying to figure out the line that works right now. That's the top 4 cars clear on the top side. Back to Enriquez in the 56. He's starting to settle down a little bit. The leaders kind of put themselves there with some aggressive moves. Everyone else kind of fell into place behind them.
Oh, we've got cars sideways.
Oh,
There's cars
Enriquez
upside
on
down.
his side. Yellow is out. Comes to rest on all fours. And what on earth happened there? Get a good view of the last caution, and now he is the caution. That's not the view you want out the front windshield. We saw the onboard. Now let's see why that happened.
Is this just net code?
Backing this up. Trying to set to the inside. We'll slow it down. Got Josh Cruz and Parker White making a little bit of contact underneath him. Cruz going to get all bent out of shape. Up the hill he goes. And just nothing the 56 could have done about it. And just kind of kick flips him onto the side of the wall there. So let's see from Josh Cruz's point of view what he had going on there that got him all out of shape. And it was netcode. Nobody actually touched him, but just due to the connections being what they are, got him sideways as if contact was made. And the 56 is the big loser. And then you can see here with Parker White. I would say he does make a little bit of contact, probably with Parker White right here, but it acts as if it's coming from the 8 machine of Adam Garza, like he gets him on the left rear and turns him around. But Garza and Parker White able to drive out of it. Corey Henry gets shunted up the hill, but he's able to just barely keep it off the outside there. So just big loser there is Mr. Enriquez. Honestly, though, I don't know how much damage he'll have. I mean, the left front's killed more than I thought it would be, but not a whole lot of right side damage. Damage to the underside of the car and the left front. But he might be able to escape without a fast repair, honestly. Looks like Daniel Falkingham wins the race off pit road as we approach the halfway mark. In about 6 laps. Harry Tiller spins it out. Just having a good old time goofing off under caution. It is a way to bring the tires into temperature. Certainly a choice.
Tire temps even matter?
Not at
Here?
Daytona. No, they don't matter.
Gonna have me questioning things.
87 Legacy Daytona, they matter. That's a truly evil combination. Looks like we got the 1 to go signal. Lights are off on top of the pace car. Going back to racing here on lap 22. Drew Joie is only 1 lap down. He was 7 laps down. I think somehow, some way, they just kind of let him get a bunch of laps back because it's a shootout. It's not a real regular season race. So I think they were a little lenient there with the rules. Which I'm for, honestly. Just kind of let him.
We just haven't naturally had a bunch of cautions.
That too. It wasn't 7.
For some reason.
He wouldn't be. He'd be like 4 down right now. Still, but...
Wasn't he 4 down when he came back?
No, he was 7 down.
I could have swore he was 4.
Maybe like 4 or 3 down now. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I think it'll be. He'll be back on the lead lap at some point. At this rate, like nothing has been said, so he'll be back.
Yeah, even Skull's right. Said 4. He was 4 down.
It said he was 7 for some reason. I'll go back and find it.
Don't gaslight me.
Well, I don't know why. Well, maybe I just read it wrong. I don't know. Believe me then. My apologies if I read it wrong. But if for some reason I saw a 7, I was like, that doesn't make any sense. That's why I was confused when it only showed 1 lap. That's why I brought up the whole segment.
I was gonna say
That's that's the reason I said it, is because I saw 7. I don't know. It's an exhibition race. It's all for fun. All right, lap 22.
It's all for fun and $100.
Well,
and playoff points.
it is important. But... Here we go. Pace cars off. Daniel Falkingham, your race leader. Adam Garza to his outside. We're back underway. Good restart for the inside line this time. We'll see if they jump up to the top lane, though.
See if I can see anything. This fog is getting heavier.
Great run for the inside here. Who's going to be the first to jump out to the top side off of turn number 2? Looks like Timothy J. Moore and all of them going up top. Leaves Corey Henry on the low line with Tyler Gary, Wilkerson, Cozy, Scott Warren, and Drew Juwan. Chase after them. Slight 3-car breakaway. Bottom line trying to claw back. Here comes Corey Henry with Gary. 2-car tandem. Lethal if you can execute it properly. Which is
Only for about a lap, though.
Which is what the 58 and the 39 do. Joe Swanson kind of tagged along. The rest of the field with the draft kind of accordions back up together with the exception of Nathan Barrows, Josh Cruz, Kevin Spencer.
We got a big block back here. The number 8 machine. I think that's the 208 Garza.
Big block from Corey Henry on Falkingham. Frisch all by himself in the sucker hole. Top of 3 all by himself. Just for a moment there. Adam Garza coming to his aid. Corey Henry dropping back through the middle. Big push to the 74 of Tim Moore.
Oh, Garza was very loose there. I think it was another case of pushing the pusher. There's not a lot of lift in here.
Yeah, honestly, I think he hit somebody so hard on the front end, he's got a little bit of nose damage, at least from that camera angle. And he does, yeah. He ran right into the back of somebody. Big move from Tyler Gary to cover off Falkingham. Cozy now leading the outside line. Cozy's first time in the top 5 tonight. He started 11th. Big move up to the top. Parker White not able to go up with them, so he'll be forced to drop back in line. Lead the low line in front of Wilkerson. Past halfway this time by. 25 to go. Look at the run Parker White got from Jacob Wilkerson.
There's something. Oh my! Set the merchant.
That's problems.
That's the league owner, brother.
Rod flag around. Doesn't look like he had that much damage.
Rod is personally throwing the caution. You took offense to what just happened.
Let's take a look here. The merchant, the 14 machine making a move. Oh, and he just right through the middle. It did not work. There was not enough room. He had it timed pretty good, though. That outside line was starting to check up, but Doucette comes down. Kind of, well, really, the merchant's going to argue that he might have had a. It's not really, but he's gonna argue. Oh, I was there, but Doucette came down, no room to go. Takes out Rod, spins him in the right rear, and then everybody behind AJ Green, Corey Henry, Jacob Rock, Armstrong, nowhere to go. And Zielinski. Corey Henry gets sent down to the inside there. Yeah, I mean, you kind of expected that a little bit. There's no penalties, exhibition race. Kind of expect the aggressive moves. I'll be very curious to see what coming off turn 4 looks like. If they get that far, they might just kill each other in turn 2, and it's, you know, 2 cars to the end. Who knows? But we will see. Everybody coming down pit road. They should be able to make it on fuel from here. Obviously, if you need to pit for repairs, you'll come back. But you shouldn't need to pit for fuel anymore tonight. Tyler Gary wins the race off pit road. Great caution for Drew Joie, who is back on the lead lap. All 26 drivers back onto the lead lap, I believe. Actually, I lied. Oscar Enriquez is a lap down. We lose Enriquez, we get Drew Joie. Well, you have to apply in the Discord, and if you're below a certain license level, you don't get in, so it can say whatever it wants.
Yeah, we have
Rod
had
manually
people
goes through the applications. So.
Oh, I was gonna say people have come in and applied, and the application process literally says, "Have you read the rules?"
You
and
must
then
be
to fill
this
out your
like
information.
rating, and then they say, "Yes, I've read the rules," and they're below the ratings required. It's pretty funny.
It is very It's like if you read the rules, you would not be applying. But yeah, you say you read the rules.
You just really wanted to be here. I appreciate the enthusiasm, but you know he's got the spirit, but he's a little confused. Actually, Enriquez gets his lap back. So all 26 cars now finally on the lead lap. And it looks like it's close enough for a lot of drivers to come down and top off on fuel. Just get a little extra fuel. And with this, they're committing to not pitting again. The 8 that stayed out, or 7 that stayed out, are just like, you know what? We can make it. We don't have to worry. We're just gonna make it. Which isn't a bad call because we've had a lot of cautions tonight. But if they just get one more caution, they can save fuel at the slower speeds and they'll make it to the end. A little bit of strategy at play in the first race of the year. Just a little bit. We'll see how it plays out. Getting back here for the restart. That'll be 22 laps to go. Dana Falkingham, your leader. Jacob Wilkerson, the biggest mover so far, plus 15 spots. Rod Flag in 26th, started second.
Do you think we can make it?
No.
You know, over. I wasn't gonna say all the way. I was gonna say 10 laps.
No, we don't make it 10 laps.
Don't make it 10 laps. I have faith. I don't.
Here we go. Pace car is off. Falkingham, your leader. Parker White to his outside. Back underway. 22 laps to go. Falkingham with a move to the outside to pick up Parker White. All together. Cozy, Tiller, Frisch, Zielinski all lined up on the outside. That'll be tough to beat. Long way to go still. We're under the lights now here at Daytona.
Adam Garza coming through the middle with help from Corey Henry. 83 going to drop down.
He's got 2 different sets of 83s on his car. Have to remedy that before the end of the season. Or end of the season, speed weeks, whatever you call it. Seeing duplicates.
Joe Swanson getting kind of squirrely, trying to lead the inside line.
Enriquez, Drew Drouat, and Josh Cruz from the lead draft, so they'll need another caution to get back in contention. The 23 in the draft don't want to see that, though. There's less competition. $21 coming to 20 to go. Be over in 10 minutes if they made it straight to the end. We'll see. Pretty calm right now. Just 2x2. Nobody being overly aggressive. Haven't seen any 3 wide. Well, I was taking a peek at it. I think that was set way in the back, thinking about it. Changed his mind. Let's go on board. Somebody a little bit further back. You see everyone minding their P's and Q's, just staying in line.
I think they might have gotten a little embarrassed causing so many cautions in a 50-lap race with 26 cars.
It's about self-preservation, too. They'll just get to the end. Have a car in one piece, you have a shot to win.
Oh, Cozy forced it 3 wide there.
And we
Solid
now
gap.
lost Kevin Spencer from this group. So make it 22 cars. He must have had some sort of issue. We'll drop in line. Now there's only 22 cars in the lead draft. Back to AJ Green in the 487. Jacob Wilkerson out in front. He was involved in our very first caution of the night. He led for a lap there. Now putting the block on, the 8-time champion. Leads to a stack up in the outside line. Couple cars scraping the wall there. And they get away with it for now. Got Warren to the bottom. Michael Frisch through the middle.
I just feel like these drivers are they're all over. Lines don't look incredibly clean.
It's a little zigzagging back and forth. 18 to go. Tyler Geary out in front, your pole sitter. Pole in 2024 with Rod Flag. Got the pole for tonight's shootout, though. As he had
Nice
a
run
win
from Zielinski into Merchant.
on the low line.
I
Yeah.
thought
You would hope now. It's 22 cars, so you hope you figured out just a little bit more. Only 3 cars in the middle. At 2. This Cozy making a move to the outside of Wilkerson. Harry Tiller going with him. Joe Armstrong going to come to the aid of Wilkerson through the middle. But it's Zielinski with help from Gary and Falkingham that leads at the line. The Merchant. Big block from Zielinski onto Merchant. Tyler Gary side drafting, trying to drag him back. Putting air on the right rear. Going to have to back up to Falkingham here. Should be a big shot of momentum for that 26, but there go the 83 and the 14 with the tandem. Here comes Gary drafting off the 14. Big move. Falkingham not able to follow.
Zielinski went down. He wanted to do a little side drafting. Gonna create, 3 lines again.
AJ Green up to second. Zielinski leading the top lane with Falkingham to Merchant. Being pushed by Frisch. Got a big run. They're going to slam into the back of AJ Green. 4 cars pushing each other. 16 laps to go. 22 cars back to Jacob Roth. Jacob Wilkerson was leading this race a couple laps ago. He's now back in 21st. It happens that quick.
Oh my. Zielinski with a shot to the back of DeMerchant, who got into AJ Green and launched Tyler.
Slamming into each other. Scott Warren nearly turned himself off of Frisch there. Had a slight bobble, but look at the momentum from the 76. Nearly shot the gap on DeMerchant, but it's going to push him to the lead. Incredible from Warren. Joe Swanson with the assist on that push. That was fun stuff through the middle while it lasted. Now they're losing the momentum. Backing up a little bit is Andrew Cootie. Joe Armstrong jumps out of that middle line. The Merchant picking up that 76, trying to get the middle formed again. They're backing up ever so slightly, trying to get reorganized. Top line, advantage 5 cars. Here comes Rod Flag to lead the bottom, though. You say advantage top line, but look how quick everything just shifts. Cars jumping in and out of line. Looking out their mirrors, trying to see where the momentum is coming from. Middle line was dead on the backstretch, but it's reorganized and charging to the front. Half a lap later, there goes Falkingham ducking down. Just like that, the low line leads now. 76 nearly got turned from Swanson.
Swanson saying hot, hot, hot.
I believe it. He was
pushing
pushing that 76. Everything he was worth a couple laps ago. AJ Green trying to jump down, lead the bottom. Corey Henry says, all right, I'm coming with you. They're going to catch the lap car of Josh Cruz here.
That A machine pushing it 3 wide, going around the outside of Zielinski.
Zielinski in the sucker hole, no help, has to jump down to the bottom. Momentum with the top. Swanson nearly blocked Joe Armstrong into the fence. Parker White trying to take evasive maneuvers, doesn't like what he sees. And now the intensity's here, just 13 laps to go. Coming to 12 to go. Josh Cruz going to have to drop out of the way here as he's got a hard charging field of 22 cars behind him. He should be able to get out of the way on the front stretch. He's obligated to do so as the lap car. Going to work out perfectly, and he yields. Very respectful of the lead pack. He should be able to blend back up and not lose too much time. And that's exactly what he does, so worked out perfect. Here comes Adam Garza to the lead. He started 24th. Joe Armstrong had to win this race to get here, and he did. He leads the inside of it.
He had to win this race to be here.
Oh, what a block from Falkingham. My goodness, that did not look stable.
There's been a lot in this race that has not looked stable.
But the 22 stuck right with them, and they are going. I should reiterate, Joe Armstrong didn't have to win to be in this race, had to finish top 4, but let's just say it. Ooh. Oh, Parker White, sideways. He saw that there was no help behind him. All the help was on the top. Kevin Spencer, the lap car, also yields to the pack. We got cars below the apron. It's Nathan Barrows, Corey Henry. It's going to break up the pack just a little bit. They should be able to get reorganized and stay with the leaders. Limited 10 laps to go. Big move for Joe Armstrong. He's going to get clear. Oh, that could be... Oh, my goodness.
What a
Wilkerson was sideways. Garza was sideways and nearly came up into Tim Moore. Armstrong went for the block, not able to get there. Parker White sideways off the push from DeMerchant to the lead. There's no way they make it back. They tried to kill each other for the last 10 laps. It's only a matter of when they wreck at this point.
There's no way they make it, what, 9 more now? 10 more?
Looks like Ryan Doucette and Mo Perry will be able to latch on. So we're still at 22 cars in contention. 23rd through 26 need some help to get back in it. Anybody's ball game in the top 22, though. 9 laps, an eternity at Daytona. Parker White would have won the $100 if that was the last lap.
I think Tyler Gary trying to force his way around the outside. He's going to make it 3 wide.
Merchant going up to get that run from Gary. Joe Armstrong through the middle. Parker White on the bottom. And just like that, all the way up to the top for Parker White. Now Adam Garza through the middle. Low line. No help. Just like that, it reforms. Garza now leading the low line just like that. Middle line non-existent except for 2 cars way at the back of the field. And just like that, a sense of calm, at least for half a lap, gets us to 8 laps to go. I'm curious, what does Michael Cozy Jr. here do from 14th? He's now 13th, 12th? 8-time champion. What kind of moves does he make? Ryan Doucette knows how to win. Been very unlucky to not get one. He's way in the back. What's he going to do? Go on board with him just for a lap, just to see how you set yourself up. Got 7 laps to go, unless he thinks they all wreck. And he's just playing it safe at the back. Let's just go on board with Harry Tiller, who you know he likes to make a move for the win. He's right in the middle of this field, just like that. 3 wide again, and here we go. Miles an hour off into turn number 1. Parker White still leads. But it's 6 laps to go.
And here comes a hard charging Joe Armstrong with help from Adam Garza.
What would you do for $100 late in the race, Art? What move would you make?
How many cars am I allowed to crash?
Technically all of them. There's no penalties.
I'd make some enemies for $100.
Weirdly enough, though, it's still a little bit of 2x2. Not the most aggressive with 6 laps to go. When does it all pick back up? Ooh, any second now. Parker White continues to lead down the stretch.
There really is no, like, definitive
And just like that,
move.
3 wide. Timothy J. Moore nearly in the fence. Joe Armstrong now takes the lead away from Parker White. He won the Clash LCQ. Can he go back-to-back 2 for 2? Five laps to go. It's almost go time, you'd have to think. But 5 to go.
Look at Parker White. He's pushing him out there. He's going to leave him high and dry once they get back to him. Now, at least I thought he would.
Oh, and there goes Jacob Wilkerson in the back of the pack. Does it bring out a caution?
So far, no.
Make it 21 cars in the lead pack. We say goodbye to Wilkerson. That separates a little bit in the back. They got to get reorganized. Coming to 4 to go. Especially if you're Nathan Barrows and Mo Perry, you're in danger of losing it entirely. So at this point, it's all hands on deck. Big block from Andrew Cootie to the lead. Can he get back in front of Armstrong? Look at Armstrong. 3 wide, but no one goes with him. Cootie not able to get down in front of Parker White. Cozy to the top, back to the middle. And they somehow got away with that one. But for Armstrong and Cootie, they were 1-2. Now they're 12 and 15. Harry Tiller to the point. Can he break a over 100 race winless streak? Can anyone beat the Coke Series drivers? Pack massively separated. We are going to lose Mo Perry and Nathan Barrows, make it 19 cars in the lead draft. Scott Warren jumping into line. Ryan Doucette says, I don't think so. 3 laps to go. They made it more than 10 laps. Can they make it 3 more?
Yeah, these runs just come out of nowhere.
I still say
Like the red
absolutely
side.
not. No way they make it. Tyler Gary through the middle. Parker White blocks him off. You can see Mo Perry, Nathan Barrows out of it. 19 cars in the lead draft for sure. And any one of these 19 can win it. 0.7 of a second from first to 19th. We nearly get all 19 in the same. There we do get that, all 19 in the same camera shot. At least for a moment. 2 laps to go. Cozy leads.
And they get around to the white.
Falkingham pulling down to the inside. DeMerchant stays up top with Cozy. Cozy from DeMerchant. Falkingham from Parker White. Tyler Gary. Here comes the low line. Cozy comes down to break the momentum. Not able to do so. Falkingham and Parker White clear. 1.5 laps to go. They got to make it half a lap back. Cozy gonna get shoved. Can he save it? No, the rest of the field explodes. They do not make it back. Yellow is out. Falkingham, your leader. RODDCAR overtime.
Getting concerned there for a second. It actually took the yellow quite a bit to come out.
They almost made it back. Half a lap from the white flag. Couldn't do it. Take a look at what happened. All started with Michael Cozy Jr. just getting a shot from Seth the Merchant, who got a shot from A.J. Green. A.J. Green pushed the Merchant into Cozy. Cozy into the side of Parker White. The chain reaction was on from there, and it looked for... Oh, that's big contact there at the end. But if you got a fast repair, you can definitely use it. And it looked as if for a moment they were going to all be able to save it. But you can see here after the Merchant finishes off, Cozy just not quite able to save it. Spins in front of the field. And all chaos breaks out from there. Let's go on board with Michael Cozy Jr. See, just on board, trying to make a move here in third, and then all of a sudden, you are sideways. Just like that. Big contact there from Joe Swanson as well. Let's go on board with him. See the chaos in front of them as they work off turn number 2. At this point, all you see, well, I guess technically you see DeMerchant coming back, but he was full throttle. Because there was no yellow. You were coming to 1 to go. At that point, you're not stopping. I mean, if Cozy saves it and DeMerchant saves it, you got to keep going. So nobody was lifting for this wreck. Or at least that's how it appeared. Let's take a look at Corey Henry. Back it up a little bit. You can see a couple rows back how quick it happens. I mean, Corey Henry, you can see at this point, he is still speeding up as of that camera freeze right here. Still speeding up. He went from 88.40 to 88.52 on the RPMs. Still speeding up. Still speeding up, and then finally forced to slow down. Already in the wreck. We all catch our breath. And so everybody came into pit just to top off for fuel, just to make sure, because we were headed to overtime. We didn't want a chance running out of fuel. So RODDCAR overtime in effect. 3 attempts at a green, white, checkered finish. Take the green. Then you come back around, get the white flag, and then the checkered flag. If they wreck on the first 2 attempts before getting back to the white flag, they re-rack them, do it again. First attempt goes into the second attempt, and then the third and final attempt. No matter what, they will finish under green flag conditions. Point of no return. And then if either on the first or second attempt they wreck after the white flag has been displayed, it does not matter. They race back no matter what.
What are the odds we don't need that third attempt?
I say we're going to use them all. We got them. We're going to use them.
There's $100 on the line. We're likely going to use them.
Kevin Spencer coming in. All cars are on the lead lap again as a result of that caution. Everyone's able to get their laps back. So all 26 got a shot on the first overtime restart. I mean, everybody. Kevin Spencer's got to catch back up to the field, though. He came in to top off for fuel. And he'll easily catch back up to the pack. So all 26 are in it to win it. You love to see it. Daniel Falkingham, Parker White, row number 1. Bobby Zielinski, Joe Armstrong, row number 2. Harry Tiller, rounding out the top 5. Frisch, 6th. Jacob Roth, 7th. Scott Warren, 8th. Ryan Doucette, 9th. And Andrew Cootie rounding out the top 10.
Well, at least I know where problems will start. Not going to say who.
First attempt at a green-white checkered finish. RODDCAR overtime. First race of 2025. First RODDCAR overtime. It is only fitting. Daniel Falkingham, officially the race leader, into the Geico restart zone. RODDCAR overtime underway. They just got to make it back 2.5 miles, 1 lap. And they can finish it themselves.
Such an easy task.
Right here, right now. Great start for that outside line, inside line left with a lot of work to do. Cozy back in 22nd. What kind of moves can the 8-time champion make? 22nd with 1.5 laps to go. And here we go. Here comes the shuffling, just like that. And they make it back. Big move from Doucette. Scott Warren collapsing through the middle. Nobody coming to help. Off of turn number 4. Can they make it a couple 100 yards? Looks like they will. Gary had a moment, but they make it back. Falkingham leads at the white flag. They finish it on the first attempt. Here we go. 2.5 miles, 1 lap to settle it. $100 on the line, 3 playoff points. We lost Josh Cruz, Kevin Spencer make it 24 cars for the win. Off of turn number 2. Here comes the low line with Armstrong. Where do you make your move? Everyone's so bunched up. It's 4 cars pushing hard up top, 3 on the bottom. And it's still Falkingham. Up top, Joe Armstrong won the LCQ to be here. Here comes Zielinski. It's going to be a drag race off turn number 4. Beating and banging. Little bit of contact. It's going to give it to Falkingham. How about that from Mr. Daniel Falkingham? Led on the white flag lap and made it all the way back. Parker White, the big assist there. Joe Armstrong nearly won it from the LCQ position. Did not have the help in the sprint to the finish in the last couple 100 feet. Daniel Falkingham gets himself $100 richer and 3 playoff points in his pocket. And we know he'll pretty much be a full-time competitor, so that is a huge advantage for your season 31 champion. Go back to the white flag one more time. See how it happened.
I say it really is impressive to, maintain the
they
entire
were,
white flag lap.
Falkingham and Parker White were 1-2 to start the white flag lap, and They finished it 1-2. The pack not able to make a bunch of moves behind them. They tried to do it. Could not get to it. You see there, about 7-car breakaway into turn number 3. Zielinski the first to blink. He pulls out in the middle of 3 and 4 because he sees Cootie coming. And he blinks first from the top 5. And Joe Armstrong just not able to get hooked up. You like his chances right here with Tiller. But then he comes up with Zielinski, just does not get connected. They kill the low line and the middle line's momentum. And Parker White tries to beat him, doesn't wreck him. They come home 1-2 as the field explodes behind him. That was impressive for how many cars just wrecked there.
I want to point out, Bobby Zielinski was pointed almost straight at the outside wall. And he still finished 5th.
Look at this whole wreck. It's literally everyone behind the top 4. Nearly. Yeah. He gets hooked right there, dead right to the outside wall, back into the field. Jacob Roth gets hooked. I mean, it's literally everyone 5th on back. Doucette's coming in there. Zielinski beats them all.
The fact that he kept that car straight after all
it
of
is
that.
Literally everybody involved.
They were like 6 wide down to the grass.
I mean, that's it. That's insane. Let's go blimp view here. I mean, that's just an all-timer for an exhibition. 26 cars, 22 of them wrecked. Chopper cam, maybe? This will be a good view. Just count the cars. All involved in some way, and then the ones back here were already wrecked. I mean, that is impressive. Daniel Falkingham, an early statement. Let's go ahead and get your winner up here. Here with your race winner to kick off 2025, Daniel Falkingham, $100 richer, 3 playoff points in your pocket. How'd you get it done tonight?
Yeah, pretty much just, we were kind of pretty much trying to be up front the whole race and try to control as much as we can, because I've kind of learned over time where I feel like it's so much better to be in the front of the field. You feel like you can stay out of the chaos way more. And I feel like I proved to be right, because there were so many wrecks tonight, especially at the start of the race, and then we went the whole, I don't know, almost near whole second half green, which it was getting scary because we were all getting close on fuel. We would have been fine to make it if the race stayed green, but we had to pit under that last caution to make sure we had fuel for the overtimes and stuff. So, but I pretty much just controlled all the lanes and tried to just take every run that I could. Try to carry the momentum. Felt like I could push almost everyone I could. I know there is some issues with a few people just connection wise, but yeah, pretty much getting the right pushes, pushing people the right way, and just carrying the momentum and just carrying all the speed, just all the normal super speedway stuff, and just thankfully we stayed out of all the chaos that we needed to, and we good start to 2025 here in RODDCAR.
Parker White might deserve a little bit of that split the prize pool a little bit. You guys started the last lap 1-2 and finished the last, took the white flag 1-2 and finished 1-2. That's almost unheard of for a RODDCAR race. That's pretty impressive display by you two.
Yeah, for sure. I knew Parker was up there the whole race. I knew he would probably stay committed until he gives himself a shot to win. And he tried to make a move on there, but thankfully I had a better shot at blocking him because the middle got blocked. We all got pinned up to the wall, just with Bobby making a move to the middle and Joe Armstrong coming up to the middle. So thankfully that actually gave me some reassurance that I could block the move and just protect to make sure I got to the line first. But yeah, cool to get a 1-2 right there, and hopefully. Like I said, first win to start off 2025, and hopefully gives us success to take into RODDCAR 500.
Absolutely. Got the 3 playoff points in your back pocket, too. That'll come down the line in a little while from now, and $100. So good start to the new year for sure. Congratulations, and we'll let you get any shout-outs in if you have any.
Yep. Thanks to Rod for putting this stuff on every Friday night. Have a blast coming over here. Shout out to everyone racing each and every week. Shout out to you for broadcasting. Hey, shout out to everyone watching, and yeah, that's about it.
All right. Congratulations and good luck in the RODDCAR 500 qualifying next week.
All right. I appreciate it.
Here with your runner-up tonight, Parker White started the last lap in second place, and that's where he finished. Talk me through that last lap and what else you could have done to get the win here tonight.
Yeah, I feel like I did everything pretty good the entire race. Was in the right spot on the last lap. I was really just trying to save my temps all the way till turn 1 on the last lap so I could push all the way. Temps didn't go red until I got into turn 3, which is optimally where I would have liked to have gotten hot on the temps. So that was good. I think if Bobby would stayed in line until out of 4, I think I would have had a better shot, especially if I would have cleared Joe. Just looking back at it, if I knew Bobby was going to do that move, I would have just gone low into 3. But either way, pretty solid race overall. Good to be back here in RODDCAR, and looking forward to these next couple of weeks.
Absolutely. Good little exhibition race to kick it off. Don't know if we had a chance to talk to you in the World Series RODDCAR since Puffer took over, but congratulations, obviously, on the Coke Series Championship. Massively impressive accomplishment there. But yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much, and of course, just thank you guys for broadcasting as always.
Absolutely. Congratulations on the podium, and we'll see you next week for the duels.
Thank you, see ya.
Here with Joe Armstrong to round out our podium here tonight. Had to win to get into qualifying, and then winning that got him obviously into the shootout itself. So from not penciled in to a podium tonight, talk me through your night.
Yeah, I mean, it was a fun night. Really just didn't have anything to do, and around 7:30 tonight, I was like, hey, RODDCAR's going on. I saw they were having the shootout, and then they're having 500 qualifying or 400 qualifying, and I was like, I might as well do it, just see where it goes. And yeah, I won the LCQ to start off the night. With me and Adam worked together really well in that race, and finished 1-2, and then. I made a couple mistakes in the shootout tonight. That kind of cost me a shot. I think with like 10 or so laps to go, I tried to get to the outside of Cootie through the tri-oval, and that just was not the move at all. And so ended up kind of falling to the back of the pack and got fortunate with the yellow on the back stretch, and then started third on the final restart and just didn't get clear of Parker to get to the top. And then shout out to Harry. Harry gave me a really good 2 laps of pushing and just to have me in position to win. And coming off turn 4, I saw Bobby with a run and tried to cover his run to kind of keep my momentum up. Try to run side by side to the line with Daniel, but just wasn't enough. Didn't time the block well enough to force Bobby to push me. But all in all, like you said, from not even really being in this race to finishing third on the night, I can't complain. Although I wish I would have gotten $100 for winning.
Yeah, you were close coming out of turn 4, almost even with what ended up being Falkingham in the winner. But yeah, not a bad result. Won, then got into the qualifying, laid down the 3rd quickest time, and then ended up 3rd in the shootout. So not a bad night. So congratulations, and hope to see you next week in the duels.
All right, thank you. Have a nice night.
You too. Alrighty, that was the start of the 2025 RODDCAR year, start of season 34. Keep an eye on the RODDCAR socials for the RODDCAR 500 qualifying updates to determine who gets locked in via the front row, and then we'll set the rest of the running order via the duels next Friday night for the RODDCAR 500. So, Art, any final thoughts from tonight's events?
We need to clean up the cautions, and I'm glad to be back.
Glad to be back. We'll see y'all next Friday night, 9 Eastern, for the duels. One quick final look at the race results here for the exhibition. Daniel Falkingham, your winner by 59 hundredths of a second over Parker White and Joe Armstrong, rounding out your podium, and then all the way back to Kevin Spencer. All 26 cars finished on the lead lap. So technically a good omen for the start of 2025. We'll take it, and we'll see y'all next Friday for the dues. Y'all take care. Happy New Year. We'll see you next Friday.